Sydney, Australia, one of the most iconic cities in the world. From secret viewpoints to quirky activities, we've got the ultimate guide to making your time in the city's top attractions even more memorable. Ready to see Sydney like never before? Let's dive into some unique things to do in the city's most popular spots.
We're spending a night in Sydney, so I have 2 days to explore. And our first stop at the fish market.
You wouldn't think that visiting the fish market is unique in itself, being one of the most popular spots in Sydney, but upon further look, the fish market has very unique and exotic items from around the world.
This place is chaotic and awesome at the same time.
For the adventure foodie, you can find foods like sushi, donuts, and tacos, and huge varieties of other fish.
So we got some scallops, different kind of scallops, and salt and pepper calamari. I think that's all we got. We're waiting for a number to be called.
But for this experience, we decided to find a spot outside to enjoy our food with a view.
The bin chickens are attacking everyone with the seafood. So we got some kind of scallops. They added other stuff to it. These are freshly grilled. These are calamari, salt and pepper. Delish. I'm gonna go for the grilled scallop. Cheers. I remember watching a documentary that the king crabs are some of the largest of their kind here in the Sydney Fish Market.
And what's a trip to Sydney without driving over the Harbour Bridge, with a little fun added? Our next spot is a very unique location, but first, let's take in a view of the beautiful Sydney Harbour.
Under the Harbour Bridge, there's these facts and pictures along. The bridge opened in 1932. So this Luna Park is an old theme park. It was in commission during World War II and after, but it's one of the only theme parks in the world protected under the government legislation. Here's the theme park, and there's the harbor. So it's so close to all the popular attractions around here.
From the moment you walk through the giant smiling face entrance, you're transported into a world of nostalgia and thrill rides.
So we were gonna ride the Ferris wheel, but the dude said you have to get an unlimited pass. That's $65 a person, and that's really the only thing we wanted to ride, so not worth it. The bins are funny. You have the rubbish, cans and bottles. There's lots of games you can play.
But whether you're here for the adrenaline or just to take in the atmosphere, Luna Park offers a one-of-a-kind experience you won't want to miss. Not to mention the view of the harbor from the park. Absolutely stunning.
There's a for sale apartment over there, and it's also got a yacht that comes with it. I think we can do it.
Yeah, I reckon.
I think I can sell both my kidneys, my heart, and my lungs, and we'll be a quarter of the way there.
And you'd be dead.
Yeah.
Now, let's take a minute for me to explain where we stayed at in the city. We were on a bit of a tight budget and wanted to stay very close to all of the things to do. But to be fair, Sydney and tight budget don't really fit in the same sentence. We landed on a hotel in this area near the Darling Harbour. I can't say I would recommend this specific hotel we stayed at, but I don't think we could have picked a better location. We were able to walk almost everywhere we went, and we were able to fit in so many sites in only 48 hours. On our way to see the most iconic landmark in Sydney, we of course saw some street performers, and this guy may be the best one I've ever seen.
Coming up to the Opera House. She's impressive. Imagine what the fireworks would have looked like if we just would have got this spot.
We all know that the Opera House is impressive in daylight, but I wouldn't be making this video if there wasn't something unique to see here and for free. At night, the Opera House lights up with a 6-minute show on the eastern side of the wings. We were told to sit by this black box for the best view. When we were there, the show started at 8:30, but the show times change as the seasons change. At the time of filming, the projection showcased First Nation or Aboriginal stories.
We're at this Ippudu Japanese ramen spot.
Circular Quay.
Yeah, Circular Quay. Sam got some sake and ginger.
Yuzu highball.
Oh.
Yuzu whiskey highball.
It might not be very unique, but it turned into literally the best ramen we've ever had. To be fair, we don't eat ramen in a restaurant, like ever, but it's definitely worth mentioning in this video because I've at least thought about this meal once a week since visiting. Before we explore the nightlife in Sydney, we had to make a side quest to what may be the most iconic spot, besides the Opera House.
We found P. Sherman 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney!
P. Sherman 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Just kidding, it doesn't exist, but it was definitely on Apple Maps, and at least we tried. If you stayed this long in the video, you're in luck because this next spot is definitely the most unique spot. This cocktail bar has been ranked as one of the top cocktail bars in the world based on numerous rankings.
We were given this menu. These are all the cocktails.
And it's definitely worth dancing for. This bar not only has great cocktails, they also take you into an immersive experience from ordering your drink all the way through drinking it.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Kristen.
Kristen, nice to meet you. Nice to
Yeah.
meet you. Alright, Kristen, I want you to imagine this. Imagine
Okay.
you are in your room,
Yeah.
in a hotel,
Yeah.
like maybe 7 hotels,
Yeah.
and you order room service. Now,
Yeah.
normally you get like a dish, you know?
Yeah.
Room service, you get a dish. In this case, you're getting a martini. Before you get your martini, and stir in the ice in here.
Yeah.
Make sure the thing gets very cold.
Yeah.
Nice and cold. The colder the better for the martini.
And we may have just blown that tight budget. The next day, we decided to walk through the Royal Botanic Gardens on our way to Circular Quay.
You can almost imagine what Sydney would be like if they didn't build all these huge buildings.
The garden is very large and you can easily walk through it to get to your destination on this side of the city. We passed by beautiful lookouts of the skyline and the famous St. Mary's Cathedral.
It took 100 years to complete.
Yeah.
Any other cool facts you just read?
You just walk through Hyde Park and the fountain behind us is the Archibald Fountain, which was opened in 1932.
You may have heard of the beautiful Bondi Beach. Although it's nice to see as a tourist, there is a bit of a lesser-known Sydney beach that we are headed to next. To get to this beach, you have to take a ferry out of Circular Quay. What's so great about this ferry is that it gives you amazing views of the harbor along the way. It is technically public transport, so the cost of this ferry is a fraction of what you would spend on a tourist cruise. All you have to do is swipe your contactless credit card and you're on. This ferry goes to Manly Beach and back, so it only takes 20 minutes. But during those 20 minutes, you get awesome views of the harbor.
There's a lot of people surfing out today. It's a pretty gloomy day, so not much swimmers. But yeah, it's a gloomy day.
Gloomy day or not, this beach is a great alternative to the craziness of Bondi. It did have some good people and bird watching too.
The birds.
If you have some time to get out of the city limits and you're a nature lover, you have to make it to the Blue Mountains National Park. It's a pretty easy drive, or you can hop on a 2-hour train. If you choose to drive though, it's a huge hazard to drive at night due to all the animals on the road, so try to stick to the daylight. You can visit a lot of the park for free, but our trip, we decided to visit Scenic World. You can ride the steepest passenger railway in the world. It takes you down to the bottom of the canyon to explore.
Here we go.
There's a few walking paths at the bottom of the canyon, but nothing to write home about.
They used to have mines down here, and that was the main purpose of the railway.
Yeah, we're gonna do a couple things here.
They looked like twins.
But our favorite part of Scenic World was riding the cable car over the canyon. You got to see for miles across and even got an amazing view of Minion Falls. Once you get over to the other side, you have an option to take a short hike down to see a part of the falls up close.
The Skyway, best thing of the day. What'd you say? The one over the canyon?
Yeah. Now we have a decision because we're getting close to the end of the day here, where the Skywalk, like the ride to get back to where our car is like, then we think it closes at 4:50 or 4:40, and it's currently 4 o'clock. But there's a 30-minute walk we're trying to do. So now we're trying to book it, and hopefully we don't get stuck here in Australia.
Yep. On the other side of the canyon from Virginia.
Yep. Rip.
Gee,
There you go.
Is it refreshing? You haven't heard this many languages in one day, or seen this many different culturally different people. It's very touristy here.
We loved the Blue Mountains so much, later that day we even thought to try to watch sunset over the canyon, but Mother Nature thought otherwise.
Where
Where are you bringing us?
Oh, you never know with me, do you?
Oh my gosh. This is pretty cool though. Scary.
Yeah, this is like, I'm
Crazy?
good. I'm good.
What about if you just hold on to this side
I'm
so I
good.
can take a photo?
That's freaking me out.
Oh my god. There's a cool bridge right there. It's closed though. Wow. It looks so eerie with the fog.
That's too much for me. I can't do that. Just that edge, because in my mind I'm thinking, oh, it's just like a little earthquake and we're done.
So, what do you think of this list of unique things to do in Sydney's most popular spots? Let me know in the comments. Also, click that subscribe button for more travel vlogs and guides from all over the world.